Hey, Jason here. A little bit of a Sunday debrief. I thought I'd give this a shot from time to time. We'll see if it's every Sunday or just some Sundays, but I'm in the mood to share some of my thoughts, so there you go. A little bit of a recap on the week gone by. First of all, what have I been thinking about? It's kind of prevalent in the last week or two. And I think the key word for what I've really had top of mind most frequently is consistency. And in our business, what I've been thinking a lot about, and actually we invest as coaches, we invest in coaching as well. And we've got a great coach in Australia, Tamara, that's helping to clarify and zone in some areas of focus. An outside perspective, even for a coach who teaches this, an outside perspective helps you to see things that you just don't see yourself in your own business. That's always true. So I'm really grateful to Tamara and the team. And yeah, consistency in what we're sharing, consistency in who we're talking to. It's really helping to simplify what we're doing in our marketing, and I'm grateful for that. And in our family, consistency has really manifested itself in the form of planning meals most recently. So we realized how much money we've been spending on eating out and really making emotional decisions about eating and our eating habits. And by doing just a little bit of planning week to week, Edith and I have been able to, recapture some of those dollars that have been going out the door a little too easily. I've actually lost, believe it or not, 8 pounds in the last 2 weeks because the food that we're cooking at home is healthier than what we were eating out. And it creates a little bit more predictability for our family. Hey, tonight's plan is this, and we don't always have to have it up in the air. So that's how consistency has really worked out for us recently in our family. I also have a pretty cool client story to share from the week. Probably about 8-9 months ago, it was time at that point to really start working on really attacking the debt in this one particular business that I work with. They're a pretty equipment intensive business, and this business had, I can't quite remember, but it was somewhere in the neighborhood of $23,000, give or take, going out every month for equipment payments. So it was, they were managing that with their cash flow and their sales and the activity level. However, after we have been working on some team dynamics and hiring, as well as the flow of the crews that they're using, after we got some of those things dialed in, then it was time to really focus on this debt. And we put together a plan, a debt attack plan, and that debt attack plan included, we don't want to be cash poor. So that debt attack plan included building up a specific payroll backup account, and it also included building up an operations backup account to a specific number in each of those counts. So over the last 8 months, well, what happened is when this got put together, we blew it up big enough to print and put up on the wall so that they could really have it in front of them at all times. And what it did was it gamified it for them. This client that I work with, he and his wife are like, man, we're gonna beat this timeline. We're gonna beat these numbers. And I was like, go get it, man. So they have worked very diligently over the last 8 months. And the report that he shared last week is that 8 out of 11 of those pieces of equipment that they had big payments on have been paid to zero. Now, that was going to happen according to plan. However, what's so cool about it is they're about 4 months ahead of schedule on that. That's amazing. And they have fully funded the backup account for the payroll backup account, and they're about halfway to fully funding the operations backup account. So they will, when they get that accomplished, which I'm guessing it'll be about 2 or 3 months from now, obviously they'll still be on their way to addressing the rest of the debt, but they are going to have cash reserves sitting there, and cash flow will absolutely never be an issue again. They will never come to a cash flow pinch point like they've experienced in the past. This business is more than 25 years old, and this is the first time they've been confident in their cash flow, which is just incredible. It's life-changing, right? And something I'll also share with you, in the last week, I realized, my wife and I both realized, we have not planned our vacations for 2025. We've talked about them a bit, but we have not planned them. So today, Sunday, I have scheduled an emergency family meeting at 6 o'clock, which is in about 45 minutes. An emergency family meeting to talk through and get on the calendar all of our vacation plans for this year. Like I said, we've got some things in the works and we've been talking about it. We don't actually have it nailed down. So we're talking about a trip to Rio in Brazil. We're talking about a trip to Curacao, near Aruba, southeast of Mexico. And we're talking about college visits for Silas, checking out colleges for, he's coming into a senior year next year. So college visits. And what else? Also talking about missions trip with our church. So Silas has already signed up for a missions trip with the youth group at Two Cities Church, which we attend here in Winston-Salem. But Edith and I are also interested in doing a family mission trip, going on a missions trip as a family unit. So we're looking into that as well. So, and I'm sure we're going to need to fit in there time to visit a family place in Destin, Florida this year. So, and there's a backpacking trip we're talking about. So anyway, we've got an emergency family meeting to figure out the travel situation and get that on the calendar today. And the last thing I'll share with you is just a quick word of encouragement. And this is something I got from my coach that I work with, which I love. And it's, if you feel like you have everything under control, you're not going fast enough. So I hope you have a blessed week ahead, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Cheers.